Hi, I'm Adrian Haverstad, and welcome to the Justice Center at Dr. Halvey. This is video number 11 from the playlist Culture Awareness. The focus of this video is on the court system. The aim is to understand the scope of cultural diversity in the courts today, and to explore ways to address cultural diversity. For many of us, jury duty is the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about the court system. Most people actually hate jury duty, but you know what? It's one of the most common ways for common, ordinary citizens to interact with the criminal justice system. While serving on jury duty, people interact with all three branches of the criminal justice system: cops, courts, and corrections. Cultural diversity is imperative in each one of these main branches of CJ, and serious problems are brought on when multiculturalism is ignored. Sometimes these problems appear in court proceedings, causing individual constitutional rights to be violated. Let's understand the scope of cultural diversity in our courts today. Understanding cultural diversity is critical for courts to provide fair and impartial treatment to all individuals regardless of their cultural background. What is needed today is for courts to recognize the need for cultural diversity and understand the backgrounds of diverse cultures, such as what their values are, their customs, their beliefs, to ensure that the decisions that are being made are being respectful and inclusive to those cultures. Here are some ways in which courts can understand and accommodate cultural diversity. One, we can provide cultural competency training. Judges, lawyers, and court personnel can receive training on cultural competency to improve their understanding of diverse cultures. This training can include education on cultural values, norms, communication styles, and strategies for addressing cultural differences in court proceedings. Two, we can provide interpreter services. Interpreter services ensure non-English speakers can participate fully in court proceedings. It is crucial to use interpreters fluent in both English and the individual's language to avoid misunderstandings and misinterpretations. Three, we can provide cultural liaisons. Cultural liaisons can help bridge the gap between the court system and diverse communities. These liaisons can act as cultural interpreters, helping court personnel understand cultural norms and customs. Four, we can provide alternative dispute resolution. Courts can use alternative dispute resolution methods such as mediation or arbitration to provide culturally appropriate solutions to disputes. These methods can be more flexible and allow for greater understanding of cultural differences. Five, we can utilize community outreach. Courts can engage in community outreach to build relationships with diverse communities and increase trust in the justice system. This outreach can include public forums, cultural events, and other opportunities for dialogue between the court system and the community. How do we address cultural bias and discrimination in the court system? Cultural prejudice and discrimination can undermine the fairness and impartiality of the courts, leading to unequal treatment and mistrust in the legal system. To address these issues, here are some steps that we can take to help promote cultural awareness and reduce bias and discrimination, leading to a more fair and equitable legal system for all. One, acknowledge that there's a problem. The first step in addressing cultural bias and discrimination in the courts is acknowledging that it exists. This involves recognizing the impact of cultural prejudice and discrimination, the impact that it has, particularly on our judicial process, and having a commitment to address it. Two, we can conduct cultural competency training. Cultural competency training should be provided to all court personnel, including judges, lawyers, and supporting staff. This training should focus on increasing awareness of cultural biases, promoting understanding of diverse cultures, and developing strategies to address cultural differences. 3, we can implement policies and procedures to address bias. Court systems should implement policies and procedures to address the prejudice and the discrimination that can often exist within their proceedings. This includes collecting data on the representation of different cultural groups in the legal system, developing protocols for addressing bias complaints, and promoting cultural awareness throughout court publications and outreach. 4, we must ensure diversity in the legal profession. Increasing the diversity of legal work can help to reduce cultural bias and discrimination within our court system. This can be achieved through programs to encourage individuals from diverse backgrounds to pursue legal careers, as well as to measure and promote diversity within law firms and judicial appointments. 5, we can foster open communication and trust. The court system should foster open communication and trust with culturally diverse communities. This includes engaging with community leaders and organizations to promote awareness of the court policies and procedures, and seeking feedback on how the court can better serve culturally diverse communities.